Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Navi back again, and um, this was still a take on some of the videos I did yesterday, and this is just to show the state of black women um, and how they are so not appropriate for any good man. So what I am advocating is we have options in Brazil. We have options of other types of black women for those of us who prefer black women. You got a lot of Africans over here now. Um, Learn to speak some French, Swahili, and Igbo. That's IGBO. Okay? Or Igbo. But they call it Igbo. Right? So learn to speak that French, Swahili, and Igbo. Um, the modern day black woman, I will show in this how they are so not appropriate to be wives to a good black man. They're not appropriate to be wives to any black men. Now, in the picture I have up, statistically speaking, most of these black women, I consider them beautiful, but you have two definitely that may not have their own hair. But I consider them beautiful, but they probably have multiple children by multiple thugs. Not good men, but thugs. Now, they might have one good man that they get in child support from. All right. But basically, this is what we're looking at, right? Now, I put Deuteronomy 23 and 18 because most black women think that they are a gift to black men, to good black men, not to the thug. They think they are a gift to good black men, but I will show you how they come to us. All right. It says, do not bring the gift of a whore or the pay of a dog to the house of Yahweh, your Elohim, for any vow offering, for both of these are an abomination to Yahweh, your Elohim. Now, basically, if a woman, basically what this is saying, if a woman is coming to a good man in the house of Yahweh, and that is the house of a good man. All the church is not the house of quote unquote God. Your house is the house of the man is the house of Yahweh or the house of God. Understand this. The house of the man is the house of God. If you're talking about people that actually follow the Bible, the house of God is not some building off on a corner. So let's get this understanding. The house of the man is the house of God. Okay, for those of that who don't know who Yahweh is or don't understand that Hebrew, all right, that's the Almighty's name untranslated. When you see those symbols right next to the Yod, and that's the Yod He Wav He. Okay, and a Hey is not really Hey, but the pronunciation is a H-A-W, not H-A-V, which a lot of people get mixed up. Okay, now, so basically, that's the name, Yahweh, right? Now, any woman that presents herself to a good man as a good thing, being a whore, that's an abomination. All right. And by what they mean, and you'll see what it means by gifts of a whore. If a woman is widowed, not a whore. If a woman is divorced, meaning she was in a relationship with a man and they go separate ways with the agreement of the man that yes, they went separate ways. All right, that's called a divorce, which we now call a breakup these days. All right, but they were in a monogamous relationship with that man. All right. Now, this is where she becomes a whore. If she decided to take those children with her when that relationship splits, that's against the Bible. The children should stay with the father. The woman is supposed to be freed up to be so that she can be the wife of another man, right? A man is not supposed to raise another man's child unless in this situation where the woman is widowed. All right. And basically, it is up. That's why it is up to the brother to take on the widow as a wife. Now, barring that, if that don't happen, then you got other things need to happen. All right. So basically, that's where that is. All right. So anything else is an abomination. So if a woman comes to you, she has children. I don't care how much crap she talk about the dude and how she deserved it, because mostly every last woman is lying when they come to you like that. They're lying. Their fathers ain't. They're lying. They took them children is because the state gives them the money to take those children, and they benefit by getting grants, housing, Medicaid. So they're really, the black woman really is not taking care of her children. The government is, and her man. All right. So if the woman come to you and she's getting child support from a man to take care of them children, that's a whore. Period. The only case that is not true is in divorce, and then in divorce, woman, if you divorce a man, you give him his children. That frees you up, because no other man is supposed to take responsibility for another man's child. And the children need to be more with the man for disciplinary reasons, for a lot of reasons, as outlined in the Bible, than the woman. So if you do that, then you are considered a whore before the eyes of Yahweh. Period. That's what this is saying. All right, you're considered a whore because you're taking another man's responsibility before another man, and you're wishing him to take responsibility for another man's child. That makes you a whore, and no man should take you as a wife. Now, you could be a concubine, you could be a hoe, all right, but you can never be a wife until you rectify that situation. All right. Now, these women look lovely, all dressed up and stuff like that. That's on the outside. But how you judge a black woman by what she believes and everything is how she behaves, or what kind of behavior she tolerates. All right. You'll hear how a black woman won't tolerate anything from no man. You'll hear they won't tolerate a man's having beliefs outside of hers, having thoughts outside of hers. That's why she needs to be alone. It's because her thoughts should be the man's thoughts, not vice versa. All right. Now, I'm saying biblically, if for those of you following the Bible, but now for those of you following the white man, you can do whatever you want. All right. Now, this next slide, let me show you how corrupt the black woman really is. All right, everybody, take a look at this. All right, this is just downright ridiculous. You got a black woman twerking with barely nothing on, and if you look at and pan the whole choir, there is a bunch of black women in here. All right, then you have praise dancers down below. You have a church full of boys and stuff, and then you wonder why thugs are out of control. You wonder where children get this slut behavior from. And you wonder why the black community is going to hell in a handbasket. All right. And this is basically what the scriptures have been talking about, how the black women have become whores. Because you can't just call the one twerking on stage a whore without looking at every single person that is in that building that is watching this and allowing this to go on, not walking out and raising their hands in approval and in praise to this. Every last one of them have issues and are as whorish as the whore dancing. I had an epiphany as to why the Almighty gave us commandments. All right. The commandments weren't for good people to follow, is because if you notice, all the commandments are natural commandments. The commandments are to help good people to understand when someone is evil. All right, and let me explain this. In the New Testament, it says that the commandments are not grievous. All right, and although I do not acknowledge much of that, it's good reading. It has some good advice, but that thing stuck out to me, that the commandments are not grievous, and this is why I say this. And this is why, what the understanding that I have. It is very, very difficult to break a commandment. All these people running around tell you that we break the commandment in our sleep and we are just that evil. Human beings, good people, are really not that evil. Have we done some stupid stuff in the past? Have we done some wrong stuff? Have we broken a commandment? Most of us will probably say yes. All right. And that was probably in the days of our youth. Right? But as we grow up and learn that we want to be good people don't break the commandments. And case in point, these whorish women that's sleeping with all kind of different thugs, right? Having all these babies by all these thugs, right? Don't know who the baby daddy is, right? Here is the problem with them. That when you look at this, I want y'all to read this as I speak. But when you look at the commandments, the example I gave somebody is, in order to steal somebody, in order to break the commandment, thou shalt not steal, you have to plan to steal. You have to leave your house, go to somebody else's house, break in, look around for what you want to steal, go fence and stuff like that. In order to not steal, all you gotta do is sit your black behind at home and watch TV. To commit adultery, and I defined this in another video. Adultery is when a man sleeps with another man's wife, or that wife sleeps with anybody. Alright? A man only commits adultery when he sleeps with another man's wife. Alright, so in order to do that, alright, one, you gotta hook up, make secret phone calls, lie, figure out a place to go to cheat, spend gas. You see what I mean? Spend hotel money, make a cover-up lie, spend more money to make lies, find out a way to erase your texting for those of you that text. See how difficult it is to commit adultery? To not commit adultery, all you do is keep your black behind at home and screw your own wife. Or find a woman that does not have a husband. And husband, by definition, is if this woman is living with the dude and they taking care of rent under a roof, then that's her husband, biblically speaking, under the scriptures, right? And if you mess with her, then you're committing adultery, and so is she. All right. Now, where is the leadership coming from the black women? that's causing them to be what is in Ezekiel 16 and 26 all the way down to 16 and 38. All right, where are these black women getting their cues from? One, they have forsaken the wisdom of the elder men, the black men, and they start listening to the church people, and the people pointing them to the way of the church people. These black good for nothing women like Shonda Rhimes. Now, Shonda Rhimes was talking with Oprah, who both of them are just the worst things to happen to the black community, to black men and black children, and black women, because a lot of black women got their direction from them, and it has destroyed the black community. Now, Oprah don't care because she got billions and billions. Shonda Rhimes is going to reach her, right? But Shonda Rhimes said she just pretty much wanted to be a whore, according to scripture. And this is what I mean. They had an interview, and here's her quote on Oprah Super Soul Sunday program. Here's the quote. It feels obvious and maybe silly to some people, and she's everybody's asking you all the time if it's going to happen. She's talking about getting married, and she said she wanted children. She wanted to have children. She knew she was going to have children. She knew she was going to have 3, and somehow or another, because I guess she is God, because she knew that they were going to be girls, but she never wanted to get married. So she wanted to have the children. Of course, she wanted to have custody of those children. She wanted to have 3 of them, but she did not want a husband. And she goes on to say that she did not feel right coming into a house with a husband there. But she has a whole bunch of boyfriends. That makes her a whore in the eyes of the scripture. Now, but this is a whore with the power to increase the whoredom in the land of black people, is because a lot of black women are getting their cues from her. So now, because of her and Oprah and stuff like that, these black women who raise these sons without men, good men in the house, are turning up to be like this. All right, they're sleeping with thugs, and they're doing this to their sons. I mean, look at this picture, y'all. How they say a picture speaks, picture says 1,000 words. Just look at it. All right, so here we go. These are my final thoughts. All right. Shonda Rhimes and women like Shonda Rhimes are the women and the mentality behind women who really didn't want the responsibility of children, but they didn't want the leadership of black men either. All right. Shonda Rhimes is living it up based on what the white man has given her. All right. And her views and her ways are like many others before her who just sought to destroy the black community. Oh yes, and it didn't stop just at the community, but it destroyed the minds of other black women. So you got the women below her that are probably going to get degrees and stuff. They probably have children already, but they figured that they could raise the children without husbands. Remember, that's what Shonda Rhimes thought. She wanted 3 girls, but she didn't want a husband. All right? They want the white man to be in charge of them. All right? Don't get it twisted. A man is going to be in charge of you. The Almighty says this. For man has dominion over the woman because of the fruit incident. All right? Now, you could choose the man that the Almighty told you to be with, which is your spiritual man, or you could just not be a spiritual woman and choose the devil. The devil will reward you all, give you all the rewards and all that your heart desire here on earth. But it isn't even good here on earth, especially when you don't have honor amongst your own people. Oh, and all the honor that you think you have among white people, it's only the money that they're honoring, not the individual, not the black woman. They'll honor what a black man does. All right, they'll like your stories, but they may not like you. Here's the difference. A lot of black women want to F black men that are in sports, that they see honor in. I mean, a lot of white women. Excuse me. A lot of white women want to F black men that they see honor in what they do. Military, sports, whatever. Not many men outside the black race want to screw black women and maintain a relationship with them because they see no honor in them. And there is no honor in them. There's no honor in a black woman. A black woman has no honor, and everybody knows it. They are for themselves. There's no sense of justice. They are for themselves. There's no sense of love for the family or the children because they are for themselves. They are so much for themselves that they will look ridiculous, like the women to the bottom left, that they think that the only thing they have of value is their booty, like the woman on the top right. All right. The woman on the bottom right has lost so much of herself that she went and got some ugly plastic surgery done to her lip. All right. And then you have the one on the top left that thinks she's the most beautiful thing in the world and don't know how ugly she looked. She has let herself go. She got on fake hair. And she got a stank looking jacked up face like attitude that lets you know that she ain't worth crap. No one wants to be with that. No one wants to be with none of this if you're a good man. And a good man shouldn't take any of it. And we shouldn't marry nothing. No licenses. Dudes, do not fall for it. That's not scriptural. That's a trap. Woman wanting, oh, marry me. No, that's a trap. Leave these black women alone. If it's a good black woman and you're a good black man, then y'all won't need a piece of paper to justify your being together. Remember, the whole religious thing is a crock. Period. It is a crock. Now, you'll find some thug that'll screw every last one of these women. But good men need to leave them alone. Good women, you need to segregate yourself from this so that if you want a good man, we will be able to tell the difference between you and them. With that said, I'm out.